morning and welcome to Planet in the Word, week 21. And I'm Candace, and we're going to talk about specifically Psalms 42 this week. Last week we also did a psalm. This week, again, we're going to focus in on that little bit of information that comes at you right before the psalm starts. And this particular psalm is labeled a Miskal of the sons of Korah. So let's take both of those two things and let's see what that is. First of all, a miskal means, that word in itself means to contemplate, to think about, to be prudent. It means basically that this is a psalm that's coming at you that's going to give you wise counsel, and that wise counsel will help to prosper you. So it's saying, hey, pay attention to this. This is going to be for you, and give it the weight it deserves. And the second thing is that it says it's a Miskal of the sons of Korah. So who are the sons of Korah? Well, we did visit Korah in week 9, but I think this time I want to give you a little bit more of a visual picture. So I'm going to show you a family tree of the tribe of Levi, and let's focus in on that, and that will help you to get the relationship of what's going on here even as we move on down. So if you start out with Jacob and his 12 sons, his third son was Levi, and Levi himself ended up having 3 sons. Now, in scripture, these are probably the 3 sons that we're the most familiar with because they begin to appear quite often as the Israelites are in the desert. These 3 sons, these clan leaders, these clans, are each assigned a different job when it comes to taking care of the tabernacle of Yahweh as it moves through the desert. So God sets apart the tribe of Levi and says, listen, even when you get to where you're going, you're not going to own land. You're going to be in service to me. But on top of that, I'm going to divide you by your 3 clans, and each of those 3 clans are going to have a unique job. So we're going to focus in specifically on the sons of Korah because something happens with the sons of Korah that is unique. So Korah himself ends up having 4 sons, Amram, Issar, Hebron, and Uzziel. Now, Amram, his firstborn, has 2 sons of his own. These we're really familiar with. Now, I didn't write all the girls in this lineage. It's not a complete family tree. We are tracing the sons of Korah, so I stuck with the sons. So we have Aaron and we have Moses. So those 2 we see quite often. So what's happening in number 16 that Korah is so upset about? Well, if you look at the family tree, you can see Korah is the firstborn of the second son. And Korah is got his nose bent out of shape because he says, listen, I have as much inherited right to be a representative for Yahweh as you do. They're cousins. They're on equal footing. And that is what results in Korah's rebellion when it comes to trying to be, have a coup and overtake the tribes of Israel. This is what's happening. And of course, we have week 9 when we talked about what ends up happening to Korah and how the earth ends up swallowing him up. The beautiful part of the story of Korah is that 15 generations later, we get Samuel. And 2 generations after Samuel, we get his grandson Heman. Now, Heman is a seer, it ends up telling us. And Heman, as a seer for Solomon, provided for Solomon exactly the same thing that his grandfather Samuel did for David. But in addition, as Solomon is laying out the jobs in the temple now, he takes Heman and Jeduthun and Asaph, and he takes those 3 gentlemen and he puts them in charge of the music that's to happen in the tabernacle or in the temple. And as they are playing, one of the things they're supposed to be doing is prophesying through instrument. So we get this beautiful picture of the job that these 3 men have and the significance, especially that Heman played in the court of the king. So the sons of Korah, is it any wonder that we have several actually of their psalms, their songs that they were singing in this new temple? And specifically that the heart of these gentlemen, these prophets, these prophesiers of Yahweh would say things like, As the deer pants for water, so my soul longs for you. These are the beautiful words, not written by David, but by the men that came behind him, that he had encouraged to have a heart after God, completely sold out in this way. So as you read Psalms, I hope that you begin to notice the ones that were set apart as written by the sons of Korah, and I hope that you understand the context that we have for those Psalms as we read them. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good week.